Hey, this is Bruce Cook, and I am doing a pepper garden update. It's getting towards the end of the 2023 grow season. I was actually going to come out and pick peppers. I did water my plants a couple hours ago, and then I thought, because pretty much all of my varieties got lots of ripened peppers on them, and I think this is the first time I may have made a garden update video this season where I had color in all of my plants from ripened peppers. So I thought, why not make a video and show off all the pretty colors. So we're just going to go around. I don't need to name off all of the plants, but you got red Scotch bonnets, my orange habaneros, and in that habanero eating video I did recently, I was saying that these habaneros that I've been growing have been ripening into like a peachy orange color instead of that darker orange that you typically see when you see habaneros at the grocery stores. And the funny thing is that's where these the seeds came from that grew these plants. And my habaneros did the same thing a couple years ago when I grew habaneros a couple years ago. Instead of being dark orange, they end up ripening into this really nice peach cream orange color. So I think my Carolina Reaper plant is the only one that does not have ripe peppers on it. But I mean, everybody's seen Carolina Reapers. Who needs to see those right now? Yellow scorpions, they're kind of struggling. Still dealing with leaf loss, and that affects the production of the peppers. My dragon's breath have been bouncing back. They're looking pretty good. So you got plenty of dragon's breath peppers coming back. It's actually starting, my plants are getting so big it's hard to even get around here anymore. Got my chocolate bootlas. So at this time of the year, I'm actually just collecting peppers for myself. There's a few varieties that I almost had no peppers even collected for myself. I've done a lot of selling throughout the summer, but like my the chocolate bootlas and then the red and chocolate primatellis, I've had almost none collected for myself. I think I literally have one chocolate bootla in my freezer for myself so far. And I know I got 3 red primatellis, and I might have like a dozen of the chocolates. So I have to focus on collecting them for myself so I can make hot sauce to hold me over the winter. But then you got my Lucifer lemons. These things are always pretty. I still see a little bit of water on these things from when I watered my plants. So these things have always been really nice looking peppers, and those things get really big. So let's see my chocolate bootlas. This is going to be the only second time I get to pick any chocolate bootlas off my plants. I've been waiting till there was several of them ripened at once before I was going to start picking them. And then, oh yeah, the Mercado Aji Largos. These got lots of peppers on them now. Probably see peppers all throughout this things. Nothing ripened yet. So I guess that is one pepper variety that hasn't ripened yet. But those are pretty much my newest or youngest variety anyways. Aji lemon drops. They're doing good as usual. And then we got my we got yellow jackets. Oh, got my yellow ghosts. Those things have bounced back. They're doing very, very well. I've been waiting forever for these things to start putting peppers out again and ripening, and they're doing really well now. And my chocolate scorpions bounced back. You can see there's a bajillion of them in here now. I've had to move some of them out here so I could walk through there and pick them. And you got my, actually, I think I have one of these plants that are in with the chocolate bootlas. I believe these are actually chocolate primatellis. I accidentally put them over here because my chocolate bootla plants have much bigger leaves, where the chocolate primatellis have a little bit smaller leaves. And these things are shaped like chocolate primatellis anyways, and they are ripening brown, so I'm just going to leave them there. That container has roots growing into the ground, and I'm not trying to tear it up. And then my red primatellis, I've been waiting for these to ripen, and they are coming along very well. Like I said, I only even have 3 of these in my freezer saved for myself. So I'm really excited that these things are getting ready. There's probably like more than a dozen of these things that are almost fully ripened in here. And I've already selected a phenotype for next season's pods. It's a really nice looking Prima Tali. It's a decent size. It's about the same size as this red one, maybe a little shorter, but it's got a very long tail on it. So I've already took seeds out of that thing, saving them for next season. Got my purple ghosts. You got peppers that are in the middle of all sorts of different phases of ripening. So you got the purple ones. That's what they look like before they start ripening. They actually start off purple instead of green, like a lot of your fruits and vegetables will. And then they start turning this color. It's like a whitish color, a little orangish. And then this is what they look like when they're almost 100% fully ripened. As you can see, that's it's like a dark orange. And then when they are fully ripened and ready to be picked, they actually turn a little bit darker red color. My roommate is trying to go to work and the cats are jumping in his car. Let's see if I can find a fully ripened one in here. You know, that's almost fully ripened. That gets a little bit darker red than that. Let's see. That's even farther into its ripening. Then I got my Nagamorich. So I'm not going to bother growing the Nagamoriches anymore, because the genetics on the Nagamoriches, my last 2 seasons, have been producing plants that have hardly put out any peppers. These things end up being a waste of time and, you know, money and effort into growing these things. I mean, I have like a little more than a dozen peppers saved of these things, but I mean, gosh, that was from over 2 months ago, and I've waited this long for just to get this to come back on my plant. Then I got my red ghost. Oh, I guess you're not going to be able to see any ripened ones because I picked them all off recently. I think in my last video, you got to see, I don't know, like 20 or 30 really pretty red ghost peppers on this plant. I forgot I had picked them. And then I got my chocolate Prima Talis. This has got a ton of them. Ton of ripened ones on it. So I may or may not go around and pick peppers today. I don't know. I was going to, but then I thought I'd make the video. See, these things put out some pretty gorgeous peppers. Let's see if we got any over here. There's probably a good, I don't know, 8 to 10 almost fully ripened chocolate Prima Talis on here. So, like I said, I have maybe a dozen of these things saved for myself. A lot of people have been requesting a lot of the chocolate Prima Talis. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to grow them this year, because I knew there'd be a lot of people out there wanting to try these things out. And I mean, I wanted to have a bunch of them too, so I decided to grow them. And those turned out to be a really good seller this year. So I am most definitely going to be growing these again next year. And I already had picked a really nice phenotype for next year, or next season's plant. So let's see. Did I go over everything? I think I did. So, but yeah. So that's where my garden is at right now. So this is October 2nd, 2023. And it's going to be in this next month and a half, maybe 2 months, and then the weather is going to be cold enough. My plants will be done for the season. I will be experimenting with overwintering. I am going to be doing it outdoors, though. My experiment is going to be, I'm going to be cutting a select number and types of plants, and I'm going to be cutting them down almost to the nubs. So when you overwinter, you want to cut them down to, let me find something for an example. So say if I was to overwinter this thing, so what you would do is you wouldn't cut it all the way down there. You want to cut the plant above where the where it branches out, like it wides out. So that way when it starts regrowing, the new limbs will grow from the stubs of all the branches, and then you'll have multiple new limbs come out. That way you don't have to start from scratch with everything the next season. And so I know I'm going to do that with At least it's probably going to be one of each of several varieties. Like I'm going to do it with the red Primatellis. I'm going to do it with my chocolate Bootlas, my Carolina Reapers, my chocolate Primatellis, and I haven't decided on. I know I'm not going to bother with the Nagamorich next year. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it with the Purple Ghost either. I mean, they're very productive. I did save seeds anyways, just in case I change my mind. The Yellow Scorpions, definitely. I had at least one customer this year that was favoring the Yellow Scorpions, and he's bought from me like 3 times, and he just wanted big boxes of Yellow Scorpions. So I'm going to save those for him and whoever else that favors these peppers. Dragon's Breath, definitely. I mean, there's certain varieties that I want to keep going each season because I sell them in variety boxes. And some of these super hots that I'm growing are really popular ones on YouTube among YouTubers that like doing challenges and stuff. And like my Primatellis, the Carolina Reaper, Chocolate Bootla, and Dragon's Breath. Those are some pretty well-known peppers. And that's probably part of the reason why my sales did so well, especially on eBay, is because I had all of those cool peppers combined into the same variety boxes. So, and plus I like them, for myself as well. But anyways, there's my little update. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.